And I think that we also have Mr. Maheshwari on the line on this as well. Basant, as Nikunj just said, this is critical, of course, for growth in the equity markets, in the capital markets. We've seen how sentiment has been battered. What are you making of this? If we do see that rollback, how significant, how well the market's going to take it? Because not only are we talking about the FPI surcharge, now we're also talking about a relook at the LTCG.
Indian investors for the past few weeks felt like an orphan lost in a jungle. I think suddenly we realized that we are not orphans anymore, and there's a government who's willing to hear us and hear us out very well. And this government, I think, post-Kashmir, I think they were busy in Kashmir. I think that is why it took them so long. And if it really comes through, it's going to just state the intent that they are as strong for the economy as they were for removing 370. So I think there can't be enough words to say thank you to the ministers, the finance ministry, and more so to the PMO. I think the PMO has intervened, and I hope that the PMO intervenes a little more often, because ultimately it's Modi ji's economy which is at stake right now. And I think it's not just a couple of things. I think the GST cut should also be coming for the auto industry. Everybody's been meeting the finance minister, and something needs to be done to kickstart the economy. We can't go back to 8% growth, but let's just stabilize at 6.5, 7 for the moment.
Again, this is a source-based story. What my colleague Nayantara has broken, she's learned from the sources that a package is concerned. This is completely source-based. So I don't want to pour cold water on your thank you, but we understand that a package of this nature is likely to be announced soon. So Basant, a brief while ago, I just made a comment, which is that this not only could change the future return prospects in the P multiple from the stock market, this generally is a big invitation for someone who's been talking long term and was someone who has actually time horizon beyond 3 years. I mean, suddenly you have to pay no taxes, and if you're in the 5 crore 5 crore tax bracket plus, the surcharge which would have come because of this budget change, that also goes away.
Absolutely. And what is more important is not about the LTCG or anything. It's just about it. If it comes, obviously, it shows the real intent of the government towards the economy. Because right now, as citizens of this country, we've always found that the government is a little too busy for national security, both internationally and domestic. But I think it's going to send a strong message that for the next 4 years and 10 months isn't going to be as bad as we were thinking. So I think the messaging is always obviously more loud and clear, because LTCG, so if you make money, you're going to pay LTCG. I don't think anybody was in a position to pay LTCG in any case. So I think the message is loud and clear, and I think they're not going to stop at a couple of things if you get it right. They're going to do a little more. And we just wait and see how that turns out.
Hi, Basant Maheshwari. This is Nayantara Rai in New Delhi. So, we are being told the Finance Ministry is working on this confidence booster package for the capital markets, especially after that faux pas of the FPI and the tax surcharge. The feedback they've got is just rolling that back isn't going to cut it. And with America in recovery, you need to attract investors, foreign investors here. So besides the long-term capital gains tax, which nobody's making capital gains at the moment, we're also being told, there could be other corrections. For example, dividends earned, some tax relief on that front, correcting the much-needed arbitrage that exists between mutual funds as well as AIFs. But is that clear that, you will need something to make sure that India is once again the favorite?
Nayantara, you have to understand that if you do all these things, the stock market is going to hit the sky, right? So we are going to hit everything and go up. But then if there is no economic development with the prices going up, that's going to mean that we have another bubble at hand. So I think just removing dividend distribution tax and LTCG and everything is as good as it gets. But side by side, the government has to, and I'm sure it would, also look at realigning the economy, because if there are no incremental effort on reviving the economy, there's going to be another asset bubble in India. So I think the government is very much aware of what it has to do, and I just hope that there are more for the economy, because ultimately it's the earnings that is going to drive up prices. But all this, I think it's more than enough. I think the government should look like a businessman right now. Let's do 2 lakh crores of disinvestment, use that incremental 1 lakh crore to start capex for the domestic economy. Because if prices are going up, government has got enough jewels and navratras.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Nayantara, I mean, for the moment, if you're an equity investor, it's like a Christmas or a Diwali which has come early.